We have one other important person to recognize today, and that is our wonderful student board member, Miss Parishi Kanuga. Over the last year, Ms. Kanuga has worked tirelessly to uplift student voices and reflect their input in our district decisions. She has graduated. Today is her last meeting, and I know that the entire board will miss her. Let's give her another round of applause. Board members, I wanted to see if you would like to make any comments in celebration of our student board member. Maybe we'll start on this end. Ms. Ortiz-Franklin?
Woo! You have been amazing to work alongside, setting a really high bar for the next student board member. I feel like everyone who comes in does a little bit more each year, but your presentation on your resolution a few weeks ago made it into our strategic plan. So you are having an immediate impact on the experiences of students in LA Unified, and I am so grateful for your leadership. Good luck in college.
Mr. Melvoin.
Thank you. I don't think I'm offending any of my colleagues when I say I think you're the wisest board member. And I think that there have been many meetings since you took that seat where I think we all just kind of nod in agreement and then feel like there's nothing left to be said because you've said it so articulately. And I remember our first Zoom meeting when you got elected last year to now, you've just been, as Dr. Manuel said, just so energetic in representing your students. I've seen in the meetings that you've had with them just how much they respect you and how they feel so heard by you. And, you know, it's easy, especially these last few weeks with how heavy the world is, to grow cynical. But it's your example and sitting at this dais with you every few weeks, you know, in between homework or test studying and seeing how the gravitas you brought to this role that gives me and I know my colleagues a lot of hope for the next generation. So apologies that we've left the world in not the best shape for you and your peers, but in being at graduations the last few weeks and hearing you and your colleagues speak and go off to your next steps, I'm filled with a lot of hope. And I'm thrilled that you're not going too far away. And even though you might not want to, you know, pop by just for a Tuesday afternoon public comment. We'll always accommodate your schedule if you do want to come in from Claremont and join us. But look forward to staying in touch, continuing to learn from you, and I really hope voting for you someday. So, congrats.
Ms. Goldberg.
Thank you. I want to just say bravo, bravo, and bravo again. You know, I need to say that you give me great hope. You give me great hope for the future. Because when I hear students like you take the thoughtful and care that you've taken at each of the times you've spoken at board meetings, it reminds me that it is the young people who will make America great again and change our country back to a place that honors democracy, respects all people regardless of who they are or how they were born or where they were born or what language they speak. And you personify that type of next generation. I like to look at your generation as the generation that will say, get it done. Get it done. That's the generation I think you're a part of and that you personify. And I hope that you will provide those leadership skills wherever you go, because we are in desperate need of your help. Thank you so much for all that you gave to this board and to me personally in our conversations. I look forward to hearing from great things from you.
Wilson.
Well, next to Mr. Carvalho, I'm the luckiest person up here because I get to sit next to you, number one. Number two, Parishi is from Board District 3, one of my schools, Cleveland High School, the pride of Cleveland High School. She is brilliant. She is respectful, as Jackie said, a very polite young lady. And most of all, she shares this mic with me very fairly. So she knows how to share. So thank you, Parishi.
Garcia.
I see many, thank you, Dr. McKenna. I see many good seeds planted that you will be able to appreciate later. But I also want you to continue sharing your heart and soul as you do. It reminds all the young people of Los Angeles that they have so much to contribute. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to your next adventure.
Dr. McKenna?
I've enjoyed you so much. You're impressive. You're assertive. You're a thinker. Someone said probably the wisest of the board members that we've had, the student board members, which isn't a put down for them. The people who sit in your chair are exceptional people. You may not have met them. They're going on to other things, as you will, and you may not know who the one will take your place. But you can't sit in that chair unless you're a very exceptional person. You're more exceptional than we are, because we can compete with each other, and we're not so special, but you compete against a lot of people who are already exceptional in your age group, in your peer group. You have a great future ahead of you, and I'm impressed with the way you handled even people like me who can be tenacious and even aggressive in asking questions. Get used to it. Somebody in your position has to be expected to do many things. When much is given to you, much is expected. You're a gifted person. Don't apologize for that. You will be asked questions and given challenges that others wouldn't dare take. People go to the moon and other people look at the moon, and both of them think they know something about the moon. There are two different points of view. You're going places. I don't know where. You may not either. But it's going to be someplace special. And wherever you are, it'll be an achievement. We're lucky to have you. Thank you for being part of us. Appreciate it.
Superintendent?
Thank you very much, President Gomez. So I was thinking back to over the past 2 decades, not that old, how many student advisors I've worked with both in Miami and here in LAUSD. And in Miami, probably about 25 to 30 as superintendent, with 15 in Miami. Here in LAUSD, just one thus far. I have to tell you, Parishi, you stand out as one of the best minds, most dedicated, compassionate, hard-hitting, but respectful voices that represent the interests, but also the dreams and aspirations of young people in our community. I agree wholeheartedly with everything that's been said about you. The way you carry yourself, your insights are powerful. And if this is what you do as you're graduating high school, I can only imagine the release of all that potential energy into kinetic opportunity for the betterment of our community, our state, and our country. My money, my bet is on you. You are outstanding. And personally, I appreciate the early conversations that we had, even when I was still in Miami, the advice you've given me, and the fun podcasts. Thank you very much.
Parishi, it's been such an honor to work with you over the last year, and I think about the decisions that the board has confronted, from COVID safety to the recovery from the pandemic, just such critical and difficult issues for our community, and we have been blessed and fortunate to have your voice at this table as we made those decisions. And on every single topic, you were so dedicated in lifting the voices of your peers and their stories. But as Mr. Melvoin said, just adding such wisdom beyond your years to our conversations. And I so look forward to all of the amazing things that you will accomplish. I hope that you will stay in touch and keep us posted on how everything's going. And I would love to present this certificate on behalf of the board. It is with profound gratitude and appreciation that the governing board of the Los Angeles Unified School District recognizes your work and contribution in serving as the 21-22 student board member. You have enhanced the important work of the board and simultaneously lifted the voices of the students we serve. There is no more important task than meaningfully engaging with your peers on the challenging district-wide issues of interest to students, and you have done so with courage, class, and grace. Your intellect, passion, and unwavering commitment to our students and schools are recognized by the board, and we are certain you've been an inspiration to all those with whom you have worked. We are eager to watch the future you create for yourself. Congratulations and best wishes as you begin your college career at Claremont McKenna College. We extend our warm aspirations for your happiness, prosperity, success, and fun-filled life. Now let's hear from the lady of the hour, Board Member Kanuga.
Thank you so much to my colleagues for the really kind and motivating words. First off, I just want to say I could not have done this job without my peers, and really working with them has continued to instill in me this belief that no matter where somebody is in life, one thing that we all possess is potential. And under the right circumstances and given the right opportunities, that's when that potential is really unlocked. And I think it's our responsibility as a school district to foster an environment where every single student feels like they can stand out and they can really shine, and they can find what they're passionate about. And I think fostering that environment needs to include the voices of students who are within this environment every single day. So it's been incredible working with students. I'd also like to thank the Student Empowerment Unit. They have just been absolutely instrumental in helping me do what I could have done. I'd like to thank Dr. Franco, Dr. Manuel, of course, and just once again, congratulations for the 44 years of service. And I just learned so much from this role. I got to interact with so many different parts of the school district and really learned so much about it that I really didn't when I was in this district as an elementary, middle, and high school student. This really just gave me a completely new perspective, and I hope that other students can really experience that perspective as well. And on top of that, I just want to say that being student board member has allowed me to connect with student board members across the country and kind of see how this distinct role can really shape the education system. And I've learned from so many different angles how student voice is so instrumental to the education system. So I want to leave today by just saying that there's still a lot of work to do, and I hope that I've made a good impact, but I just want to inspire everybody here to understand that student voice is always a work in progress, and it's always something that we can have more of. So thank you, everybody, and I will keep you updated on what I do in the future.
Thank you so much, Board Member Kanuga. And then I will turn it over to Board Member Kanuga to kick us off with a few words of recognition.
Thank you. Dr. Manuel's support and knowledge of the district has been essential for my work and experience as the student board member. She inspired me to aim high while also encouraging me to prioritize my mental health as I juggled schoolwork, extracurriculars, college applications, and of course, the intensive yet rewarding job of representing the students of LA Unified. Beyond being immensely helpful to me and my predecessors, she has been dedicated to uplifting students for over 4 decades, running the Student Empowerment Unit and ensuring that all students have a platform to speak up within the school district. On behalf of students in the school district, I want to thank you, Dr. Manuel, and I want to thank you by reading the proclamation out loud and then presenting her with the bell. Whereas, Dr. Brenda Manuel began her career as a teacher's assistant and thereafter served as a teacher, assistant principal, local distance superintendent, and student empowerment unit administrator, and has dedicated her career to empowering the youth of Los Angeles Unified by creating multiple leadership opportunities for students, elevating youth voices, developing student leaders, and institutionalizing district's practices that support student agency. And whereas Dr. Brenda Manuel has been a model of dedication, professionalism, and integrity, and has been a strong advocate for equality, quality educational programs, leadership development, and advocacy. Now therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education of the City of Los Angeles, as the governing body of the Los Angeles Unified School District, and the Superintendent of Schools express their sincere appreciation to Dr. Brenda Manuel for her 44 years of outstanding, dedicated service to students, staff, and community, and wishes her good health, prosperity, and enjoyment during her retirement years.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kanuga.
But the ones I really want to thank are my young leaders, the ones that I have worked with the past 9 years. And one of the best has been Parishi Kanuga, board member Kanuga. She came in with a vengeance. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. Okay, slow down. You're a senior, we've got 1 year, so let's kind of prioritize. But she did everything that she wanted to do. The podcast, she wanted to write a resolution. She wanted to make sure student voices were heard. She wanted to make sure that students were surveyed and they knew about things. I know that you will do great things. I look forward to hearing about them, seeing you, and just saying, I knew her when. I might have helped her a little. So I really appreciate the work that we've done.